All right, back to our feature presentation. I took a break from making spiritual videos for a minute because I got something to deal with. There's a very serious case that I have to deal with right now because the Illuminati is trying to sacrifice me. So there's a serious case I have to settle right now. It's gonna take a long time, and also I am very tired because I've been going hard to the paint since the beginning of the year. So I am extremely tired. I will have to take a break from making videos for a minute. Well, I'll make videos, but less frequently because I'm super tired, man. Like I'm super tired. I'm so tired of kicking ass. I'm literally tired of kicking ass. I didn't think that was a thing. I didn't think that was for real, but apparently it is. A human being can get tired, physically tired of kicking ass. That's weird. That's like the weirdest thing. That's cartoon. That's cartoonish and hilarious at the same time. To me it's funny, to my body it's less funny, a lot less funny. So anyway, I'll be and then once I'm well rested, I'll make more and more videos. So let's talk about technomancy, man, because me I get interrupted while I do things. So I can't really do the things that I want to do. Give me a second because the camera's way too close to my face. There we go. That's better. So, but I'm hoping that somebody's gonna pick it up because if you're an adept magician, you can pick up technomancy, right? And dare I even say, well, you have to be, you have to be an adept magician in order to understand technomancy, right? To understand how it works. They actually believe that it can work because technomancy is not what everybody thought it was. It's not just a magical practice that involves technology. It actually involves nature. You have to bend. The technomancy is the ability to bend nature in a digital format, right? And it's more than that because at the end of the day, nature is technology. So a great magician, a great wizard, a wizard of some sort can utilize technomancy and shift and shape it and use it at his own means. So I like the idea that nature is part of technomancy. I like this pure essence, this pure divine essence that you can get from that you can learn from Lucifer himself. Well, if Lucifer decides to if you decide, it's not if you Lucifer decides, if you want to learn technomancy, uh Lucifer will open the door to that magical practice for you, which is very interesting, But people say that the dark path holds many things. The left hand path is a doorway to many other magical practices or abilities. It's a doorway to many abilities, which we have seen. I mean, some people are. I'm adept at you know, thought forms. Other people are adept to thought forms. Thought forms is a different kind of magic. It's a different kind of ability that you can get. Now, Wiccans don't really necessarily use thought forms. If they're even aware what a thought form is. No offense, no pun intended. Um, but shoo. I mean, even some, you know, Luciferians, because Satanists don't practice magic, so even some Luciferians, might not even be aware, or they might not even be practicing Luciferian magic correctly. Because most people, New Age, The new generation is utilizing Ars Goetia. They're utilizing Ars Goetia a lot, and Ars Goetia is actually Solomonic magic. I don't even know why they call it Ars Goetia. I don't know what Ars Goetia mean. I should probably go check out what Ars Goetia mean. But I do know that the actual name for the Ars Goetia is the Keys of Solomon, right? So you're basically practicing Catholic magic. You're basically practicing, Christian Catholic magic. You're not even actually doing Luciferian magic because you don't need angels in order to contact demons. You don't need to bind a demon. There's no need to do that. There's zero needs to do, zero, none. There's no real point into doing that. None. Like this, it's useless. Like it's arbitrary. It's there's no reason for that. Like so. Even if we badmouth what's his name, Anton LaVey, for his point of view on things, but even in the Satanist book, even in the book of Satan, he clearly stipulates that you should try to speak to demons, which is, well, I don't like saying this because I made a spell using those exact words, so I don't really like saying this, but it's facts, and I try to tell that to other people too, like when Anton LaVey said, to come naked before the demon, and being naked doesn't mean to take your clothes off and be naked in front of him. Actually, quite the opposite. I don't get naked when I do rituals. I might get half naked, but what I mean by not naked is I do put jewelry on. I put things that's gonna attract them, right? Like I do rituals with my grills on. I put a chain on, and I try to look as lavish, as I can. I don't put these glasses on because I got to read and I can't see shit. If I got, if I got dark sunglasses in a dark room, that's impossible to do. So, but I don't like saying it because it's so powerful and it's so inviting. And if somebody actually takes a moment to actually proceed in that way, this person will get whatever they wish, So it's more or less something that I would say to somebody, even though I've said it many times on my channel. I've said it many times on my channel. I would say that to a person that's right next to me, right? Like I wouldn't necessarily say it to everybody all the time. I do tend to say it from time to time, just to, quick reminder, because I don't really want people to use Ars Goetia. I don't really want people to use Ars Goetia. And there's a lot of, there's clone demons in there. There's thought forms in Ars Goetia. Those aren't actually demons. They're thought forms. And they exist because the Ars Goetia has been around for a long time. So they actually exist now. But they're actually created gods. They're not actual gods that existed before existence or whatever. Right? So, and it's not clear to know which one is which. I'm not well versed enough to know which demon is actually a clone demon and which isn't. I don't know. But what I do know is when you practice Ars Goetia magic, you're actually practicing the Keys of Solomon. So you're doing God's work. You're doing God's work. I don't like that. I don't want to do God's work. I don't like that notion. I don't want to bind demons for no reason. I don't want to bind demons for no reason. There's no reason to bind a demon. If a demon wants to work with you, it'll work with you. If he doesn't want to work with you, it's not gonna work with you. End of story. If you can do something, you can do it. If you can't, you can't. That's it. That's it. And that's all. There's no. He's not gonna come in, start possessing people, and do yada yada blah blah blah. Of course, you gotta have some magical strength You know, you gotta have some magical strength. You gotta have some magical protection. But that's why you got amulets and banishing spells and whatnot and so on and so on. You know, because you never know what might happen. You know, they're people too. They have agendas too. You know, and you might not be their favorite. You might, you know, anything can happen. So you know, it's good to be cautious regardless. You know, even though there's nothing to be afraid of, it's good to be cautious regardless. Anyways, you know, because if it was easy, you know, I wouldn't live at my mother's. You know what I mean? Like if it was easy, if it was that easy to do, I wouldn't live at my mother's. You know, I wouldn't get attacked by 3 billion people all the fucking time. You know, so you know, there's something wrong with my situation. You know, and it's mostly because of the Illuminati. They block access. They block my spiritual essence. They block my access. They block my spiritual essence a lot of the time. So a lot of my blessings get cut off. A lot of my blessings get cut off. I don't receive the things that I'm supposed to receive. I receive the complete opposite. So I'm in a very, me personally, man, I'm in a very dire situation. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm in a very messed up and dire situation. I cannot get any sort of help, whether it is spiritually or physically. Like, I can't get any fucking sort of help. Everybody thinks I'm fucking kidding. Everybody thinks I'm playing around. Everybody thinks uh, everything is fine. Nothing is fine. Everything is fucked up. I could show you a picture of my bathroom right now. The fucking bathroom is fucked up. Like, they inundated, they inundated the fucking house, and now the ceiling from the bathroom has fallen. The ceiling is fallen, bro. Like it just fell, bro. Like boom. So man, I gotta fix that shit. I don't know how. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how. And even if I did, I don't have any money to fucking fix it. So I can't. I gotta leave it like that. I gotta figure out something, either duct tape that some bitch, or I don't know what. Man, it's really fucked up. So I'm in the dire situation. So it's not that easy. Magic is not that. It's not that good. You know, it's useful. It's useful, but it's not that good. And this is why, it's not only about magic, man. Life is not just about magic. Life is not just about magic. You gotta have friends. You gotta have friends. You gotta have a support system. You have to have people around you. You gotta be well. You gotta have a good entourage, man. Not an actual entourage like people that follow you around everywhere and shit, but people that are in your sphere of existence. They need to be good peoples, man, and you gotta take care of your sphere of existence as much as you take care of your magic. You gotta take care of your sphere of existence, because you never know when something happened. Like, look at here, like the ceiling just fell in the fucking bathroom and shit. I don't even know what to do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to do. I gotta go to the fucking home hardware and shit like that. I ain't got no money, so I can't fucking fix the fucking thing. All I can do is watch the ceiling in my fucking house. But it's kind of cool at the same fucking time, though. I kind of like it. It kind of reminds me of Resident Evil 7 or some shit. I don't know if that's what Lucifer wants to do. If he wants to transform my house into a fucking haunted mansion and shit, which I don't mind. I kind of feel like that's what he's trying to do. I have this thing going on in my head where I kind of feel like that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to transform the house into a fucking horror movie house. I don't really mind. I don't mind. But Lucifer has duality. So, as much as he likes bare bones, raw horror shit, he also likes lavish and clean stuff, because he's a clean person. Lucifer is a clean person. He doesn't fucking. If you're dirty, he's not gonna work with you. Your magic is not. If you're dirty, your magic is gonna be fucked up. If you're a dirty person, your magic is gonna be it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be wonky. So and at the same time, he likes nice things. You know, he likes nice things. If you offer nice things to Lucifer, he's gonna like it a lot. You know, like I always like I offer him bouquets. You know, that's a expensive. It's expensive though. Like replacing, and it's cool. I like it because it makes you responsible. It's like no pun intended, no offense meant. But I can't think of something better to say. But it's kind of like owning a dog. You know, no pun intended, no offense meant. Once again, but it's kind of like owning a dog, right? You got to take care of the dog. You got to take the dog outside to take a walk, and magic is the same way. Magic is the same thing. You got to take care of the magic. You got to clean your altar from time to time. You got to replace the flowers with better flowers, and it makes you responsible because now instead of spending $20 on a video game, you're gonna spend $20 on a fucking flower bouquet. And a bouquet of flowers is nice. It makes your house smells nice. It makes the room smells nice. It does smells nice. It looks better. It's a nice decoration. So I don't see it's give and give. It's give and take at the same time. Maybe he likes it because it's lavish and expensive, but at the same time, you know, you got to protect your eyes. You know, what you see affects your reality, right? You got to protect your eyes, and when you have a bouquet like that and you're fucking on your fucking altar, it protects your eyes. And I've seen a lot of people put bouquets on their altar on YouTube, you know, but I wish people on YouTube would keep doing that because it's such a powerful gift to give. A bouquet of roses, you know, it has to be roses, you know, there has to be roses. There's a specific bouquet I want to get, but it's expensive, so I'm waiting for my money to come in. But once I can, I'm gonna get him that bouquet. It's called the Eternal. You know, it's a specific type of bouquet. It's called the Eternal. I want that bouquet. I'm gonna get it, you know, and I'm gonna take care of it. So I'm gonna throw out the old ones. I'm gonna put in new ones every month, every 2 weeks, or whatever, right? So, but we're talking about like, oh, I think it's almost like $50, like $40. It's a $40, so it's like $80 a month. So, anyways, so you know, like anyway, um, you know, there's things like that. There's things that uh you know amplifies your magic, but also not just your magic, but it amplifies your life. You know, like the more lavish you think, if you have a lavish mindset, you're gonna make yourself into a lavish person. If you have a poor people mindset, like instead of bouquets, you give like skulls and things like that. Those he likes those too. He likes those too. But at the end of the day, Lucifer is a bit crazy. He doesn't have his screws loose, but he's a bit crazy. So, you know, if you offer him skulls and shit like that, he's gonna like that too. But you have to understand that he is going to respect your wishes, you know, which is something that people do not know about him. And I think most people are too afraid to ask him personally what he thinks about those types of things, right? Therefore, nobody really knows the real Lucifer. Nobody really knows uh Lucifer's actual real preferences, you know, because they're afraid to ask. They're afraid to ask. And not only that, but they're basing themselves off of Ars Goetia. And let's face it, we're basing ourselves off of books and pop culture. This is where, and that's where I started. I started with pop culture and Ars Goetia. I didn't even think like I read grimoires before. I always read grimoires. You know, I've read a bunch of grimoires from many types of magic. So I expected Lucifer to be exactly just like in pop culture references. You know, so I started out like that until like even bugs. Because I was desperate, man. You know, I wanted some help, man. You know, so I was like, fuck it. You know, this dude likes bugs. Let's go get some bugs. And he told me no, he doesn't like bugs. You know, but there's specific bugs that represents him, right? But he doesn't like bugs. So he's like, like Lucifer's crazy, man. Like, and it's not that he's crazy. There's contradictions, but positive contradictions, right? And it's all about how you're with Lucifer. There's also a very cerebral aspect to things, where yeah, it depends on how you are as a person. If you're not the type of person that's gonna buy a bouquet, he's not gonna tell you to buy bouquets because you're not that kind of person. It doesn't fit with your personality. It's gonna feel wonky. You're gonna feel weird, and you're not supposed to feel weird. You're supposed to feel comfortable doing the thing. Like, so there's a little thing about comfortability, because like I said before, Lucifer takes his children and brings them to paradise. That's usually what he does. you know he takes his children and then he brings them to paradise. So you don't have to fight the Illuminati, you don't have to fight anybody and stuff like that. He's a gentleman, right? He's always a gentleman. He's always cordial. He's always a gentleman. Asmodeus is a gentleman. Clarnek is a gentleman. Clarnek specifically, he's very like I actually he's very point he's very, how do you say, he's a bit of a stickler. He's a bit of a stickler for respect. He's a bit of a stickler for respect and gentlemanness, right? So the more respectable and the more gentlemanly you act, the more attractive you become to their eyes. You know. And Asmodeus the same way. Asmodeus, even though Asmodeus is the god of rage, wrath, you know, he's still a very cordial person, still a very respectable and cordial person. They don't talk like that. They talk like I do. Like, they talk with cool and calm demeanor, and and respectable. Like, they talk exactly how I'm talking right now. If you speak to a demon, this is how they're gonna talk to you. They're not gonna talk to you like bull crap, TV nonsense. That's just lies. Well, it's not lies. It's just people's imagination. Because you got the right to be imaginative, especially if you don't know a character. And especially if you're reading the Bible, if you're basing a movie, you don't practice magic, and you're basing a movie off of what happened in the Bible, you're gonna have a misrepresentation of Lucifer, in the movie at the end of the day. But it's not like you're doing it on purpose. You just don't practice magic and you don't know about that kind of thing. So that's how you perceive it, because that's how they told you that it was. But it's not your fault. It's the Bible that should have said that Lucifer is a gentleman. He's not some crazy, out of this world guy, whatever, nonsense, goggly goop. It's not your fault at the end of the day. So technomancy, man. So like I said, like, there's nature that I love. I love the fact that Lucifer, everything that has to do with nature, Lucifer is behind it. Like, everything that has to do with nature, Lucifer's behind it. I love it. Like, actually, Lucifer's not a vampire. And I know that's disappointing to a lot of people. It's disappointing to me too, because I grew up my whole life on a vampiric mindset. Like, I'm an energy vampire. I suck energy out of people. I suck energy out of things. It makes me stronger when I suck energy. It even makes me bigger. Like, I can, like, actually gain weight by eating energy, which I do often. I eat energy, so it makes me bigger, and I will, like, actually, like, grow in size. It's that powerful. So it was kind of a disappointing thing when Lucifer told me that he's not a vampire. He's actually a werewolf. He's more inclined to be like, if he was one of those creatures, if he would have to be one of those creatures, The vampire does not represent Lucifer. The werewolf represents Lucifer, which I did not know because I based everything I know about him off of books and TV and movies. So I didn't know that, but it's still cool. So now I have to transition my energy. It's a good thing that I'm a shapeshifter. It's a good thing that I'm a shapeshifter because now I've successfully shifted my vampiric energy into demon energy, right? So I actually have. It's funny because I have the upper part of these teeth, but they just won't fit. They just fall off all the time. So I only have the bottom part, like a werewolf, like like I only have the bottom part. That's the only part that sticks, and it sticks perfectly well. But if I put the top part, it falls down. Even if I remove that one and just put the top part on, it just drops And I tried everything. I even bought like another piece of glue to put it in there, to like another piece of mold. Like I bought some mold and shit to make it fit. It still don't want to fit. Like I cooked it, I recooked it, I did everything I could to fit the upper part. It just doesn't want to fit. So it was kind of a sign like this is what this so anyway, and when we're talking about lycanthropy, shape shifting, lycanthropy. So basically, there's the primal, nature aspect of this, because that's what a werewolf is. Werewolf is a crazy person running around in the woods naked. More or less. I never did that. I never ran in the woods naked, hollering like a crazy person. But I do like going into the woods, though. I do. I have walked at night in forests, for fun. Not necessarily for fun because I had to, but not because I had to, because I wanted to. But I could have taken another route, right? But instead, I would go into the woods at night. Like I would like take shortcuts. There'd be like shortcuts around the city, and I would take the wooded shortcuts in the middle of the night, and I would walk out night. So I know how it feels like to be in the woods at night. Campfires with friends. And I've been invited to campfires before, and things like that. So I'm very comfortable in the wood. I'm very comfortable in nature. I'm not this uncomfortable in nature. I'm very comfortable in nature. I like fire. I like making fires. I like making fires. I like the whole night yard camping. Blah blah blah. So there's this natural connection between technomancy. There's a natural connection between technomancy and nature. And the wolf representing the primal aspect of nature, because at the end of the day, if you're a nature born person, if you're a person that actually appreciates nature, you're more inclined, you're more in tune with wolves than you are with vampires. If you spell wolf backwards, it means flow. Like wolf backwards is flow. So you're going with the flow of life. You're going with the flow of life, and the flow of life is energy, right? So I love the aspect, that the nature aspect that technomancy provides me. But it's a very powerful, potent magic that nobody has really discovered yet, except me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think anybody discovered technomancy yet except me. Because the technomancers I see today, they're talking about cryptocurrency and shit like that. That's garbage. Like, that's garbage, man. Like, I mean, it's not garbage. It's good. What they're doing is good. It's facts. What they're saying is facts. But when you compare, like, crypto schemes and you whatnot, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. When you're looking at your tentacle, because at the end of the day, there's also like I think they're mistaking technomancy for beyonder magic. because that's not technomancy. That's like beholder magic. That's not I saw a beholder. Beholder was mad at me. My beholder was mad at me the other day because I didn't. I think this is the reason why he was mad at me the other day, because I didn't say that type of magical practice is actually beholder magic and not technomancy. Because technomancy, not that beholder magic can be strong, but technomancy is insanely strong. Like it's ridiculous. Like it's something completely, you wouldn't believe what you could do with technomancy. It's bonkers. Like, it's nonsense. But when we're talking about cryptocurrency and multiple media streams, that's beholder magic. That's not technomancy. It's beholder magic. It's because you have eyes everywhere, right? Part of my hand sign here, I did that on purpose. You have hands and eyes everywhere. That's because you're accumulating your inner beholder, right? And it's a thing. You can do beholder magic, but I told you guys about this before in my beholder video. It's not easy to do. It's not that hard either, but it's not for everybody neither, because you have to be like constantly on TV. You got to like constantly watch TV, watch your cell phone. You have to know everything, and you have to connect yourself to everything, right? So that's how you become a beholder. So the more you're connected to things in the media and in reality, the more you become a beholder. The more your level of beholder energy rises above, right? And beholder, you cannot change the word beholder. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's like you're a one-man Illuminati, right? It's like you're one man Illuminati. You have a big old eye that sees everything, because you have other eyes that sees other things. So all that energy, all those eyes, all those hands, all those tentacles are siphoning the energy from all of the media's platform and transferring it back to you, and it becomes an eye, right? You become an eye, right? That's beholder magic. It's not technomancy. And I'm not trying to diss those guys. I'm not trying to say they're stupid or anything like that. I'm just saying actual technomancy. If somebody actually did actual technomancy, it's way different than just, because you can shape reality with technomancy, and it's the power of shaping reality, because everything is code, everything is number. Because the thing is, people think, what do you think electricity is? Electric energy is, right? Not electric. What kind of energy is that? I'm sorry. That's not. I'm leading you wrong here. But let's say, okay. Well, there's actual energy. There's actual like plasmic energy, kinetic energy, the physical energy and all that, right? And then there's like the energy that runs from a generator to your house, right? That's not regular energy, okay? And it kind of is. It kind of is. Well, you know what? I'm not leading you wrong. I'm just mixing things up. That's what happens when you know too many things. Everything just jarbles together and shit. So now you have to, you separate everything. So basically, what do you think energy is? Like, do you think energy is just some form of power source that comes out of the cosmic rays in the sky, blah, 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 blah? No, it's not. Energy, get ready for this, energy, and this is why technomancy is so powerful, and because energy is actually code. Energy is just the code. The reason why there's electricity in your house is because there's a specific amount of code. Basically, code is power. code is power, right? Code is power. So if I code for a long time, I want to make something work, right? I use my computer, I transfer the code to a specific engine, to a processor, or a processor or a generator. I'm sending a code to the generator. The generator receives the code and makes his own energy, right? That's why we call it a generator, right? It's taking your input and transferring your input into a source and generating, it's generating your input into energy, and that energy is now being transferred to all of the homes in the house. So basically the electricity in your home, the lights that you see, is actually code. They're numbers. Energy can be like reduced to a specific binary code, right? So binary code 0 and 1, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0, 2s is binary code. So the Matrix, the movie The Matrix, where everything is just code, that's facts. Everything is just code. Of course, when we're talking about like wood or cement, it's a little bit more complicated, right? Because now we're not talking about an actual code that's being written somewhere in a central and then set into a generator, and that generator then transpawns and generate energy throughout the city. That's different. Even your computer, when you press the power button, the only reason why your computer opens up is because there's applications, there are processors in your computer, and lasers and radio and magnetic waves that are being sent through you pushing the power button, and then your computer lights up. But at the end of the day, all that is code, right? So even when your computer is turned off, there's still energy going on. It's not really off. It's off, but it's not off. But it's still off, right? Because the only reason why it's like opening up is because there's a code telling it that when you press that button, it turns up. It turns on, right? So everything is code. Code is energy. And even your computer, even without a power source, well, it does have a power source because it's connected to a plug, and that's why when you press the power button it lights up, but it's still a code and it's supposed to be off. So your computer is never really off. It just seems like it's off. It's like it's going to sleep, right? It's like a human. When you go to sleep, you're not dead, right? You're not unplugged from the wall socket, right? But you're asleep. And you're hard to wake up. You're not dead, you're just sleeping, and you really need to sleep, just like your computer needs to sleep, right? So, more or less. So, all that is code. All those things are code, right? And that's why technomancy is so powerful, because everything is code, and even nature's energy can be reduced into a binary code. We talk about sacred geometry, the Fibonacci number, pi, the square root of pi, 3.1467, blah, 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 the square root of pi, the Fibonacci number, the sacred geometry, platonic solids, the flower of life, physics, all those things are reduced into numbers. Numbers is power. Numbers are power. 0 1s are extremely powerful things. They're the backdrop of reality. It's amazing shit. Numbers are crazy. Math is insane. Math is insane, bro. So I love technomancy, and I wish there was another technomancer, another actual real technomancer except me, because if there was one, that technomancer could explain to you, could show you things that I can't, and show me things that I can't do. I wish there was another real technomancer out there that I could learn from, because I'm pretty sure I would learn a lot. And also I'm pretty sure that person would probably learn a lot from me too, because my connection to technomancy is pretty fucking strong. You know, I even have people. There's people practice because of me. There's people practicing technomancy in my neighborhood. They try to use it against me. Somebody tried to use technomancy against me not too long ago. Like, I was doing spells, and the spell was bouncing back at me. You know, it's like, what the fuck is going on? But this person, there's no way this person knows technomancy. The only way that this person would learn technomancy is from me, because there's no one else teaching technomancy. It does not exist. Technomancy, technically, technomancy doesn't exist. Nobody's teaching technomancy. No one. No one. I'm the first person on YouTube and in real life to have ever used technomancy in an actual life situation. And it's amazing. And it's lethal. Like I said, I like my katana. Like, you know, I made a video before my dating videos. The katana, the symbol of technology, the most ancient symbol of technology is the katana. You know, so I'm expecting all you would-be magicians that would want to get into technomancy to get yourself a katana and place it on your altar. I'm assuming. Don't forget your scales, and don't forget your chalice. Don't forget your cup. That's very important. Everybody knows about the cup. Real magicians use cups, but they don't know why they're using cups. And the reason why I say that they don't know why they're using cups, either I'm mistaken, either I'm gravely mistaken, and they know exactly why they use cups. It's just that they ain't out here telling their secrets like I am, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Or they don't even know why they have a cup. They don't know that the cup represents the Holy Grail, and that only Lucifer knows the truth about the Holy Grail, because Lucifer knows the truth about everything. Because that's what he was born to be. He was born to know everything. He was born to be like God. Lucifer was born to be like God. That was his destiny. It always has been. Regardless if the stories they say in the Bible is true or not, regardless if he's a jealous angel or not, regardless, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. At the end of the day, his goal, his mission, his destiny was to be like God from day one. From day one. God is manipulative. God is a manipulative being. God is a manipulative being. So, like I said, man, you got your katana. You got a katana because technomancy can slice through reality with fine point precision. That's why. You can get into technomancy with fine point precision, you know. So yeah, man, like I said, my connection to magic is great, but I have too many blockages. I have too many blockages, because if I didn't have that many blockages, I would make more videos. And I would write my books a lot faster, because every time I try to write a book or I try to do something for you guys, I always get interrupted. There's always somebody that has a beef with me. I try to do things on Twitch, somebody starts trouble. I try to do things like my neighbors start fights. starts fight with me while I'm trying to stream. Like I'm writing a book, they start fights when I'm trying to write a book. You know, my YouTube is going up. They send me to the hospital so I can lose my credibility. Too many blockages, man. What we need is somebody else that's doing what I'm doing, but that doesn't have the attention of the Illuminati. We need somebody pure. We need some, and what I mean by pure, I don't mean like pure of heart, like Goku. I mean somebody that's not tainted by the dirt and the disgusting stain of the Illuminati. I have this disgusting stain of the Illuminati on me, so I can't really do much. I can't do much, man. And that's a disgusting stain, bro. Like, but I'm working on fixing that, man. I don't think it's gonna remove all. I think the recent things that I'm doing, I don't think it's gonna remove everything, but it's gonna remove some people and I'll be able to get back to work, you know. And that's all I'm asking. I just want to remove some stains, some Illuminati stains off of my shirt, off of my heaven, right? Because right now I got a bunch of stains in my heaven, right, on my shirt, right? Because that's what heaven means. Heaven means shirt. So you know, I'm hoping that the justice system will help me to remove these stains, these disgusting Illuminati stains off of my shirt, you know. But what we need right now in the present time, in the present moment, because I've discovered so many secrets, I've discovered so many things, there's so many things to talk about, but I just can't finish, you know. I can't finish, I can't do shit. I can't do shit. So we need somebody else. We need somebody else, man. We need somebody that's serious. We need somebody that knows what they're saying, that's adept in magic, and we need somebody, and this person needs to open up a YouTube channel and teach the masses. And I'm gonna learn from him too. You know, I'm gonna learn from him too, man, because there's a lot of things I have not discovered because I have to stop what I'm doing. So I'm not this when I'm if I'm not doing anything, that I'm not gonna know anything, right? So there's a lot of things that I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know, and it sucks. And I know, and I know it, and I want to go forward, but I can't. You know, and this really sucks, man. It's really bad, bro. The Illuminati told me the other day the reason why they attack me so much is because I didn't protect uh, a girl that I was with when I was fucking 18 years old. When I was 18 years old, this girl that I was with, you know, I was 18, 17 years old. There's this girl that I was with, she got attacked. She got attacked by some dude. And the Illuminati saying, well, the reason why we're attacking you is because you didn't do shit. You didn't protect the girl that got attacked. And that's why they've been torturing me for 20 fucking years. You know, that's the most absurd bullshit I've ever heard in my fucking life. So basically what they're saying is, next time if a girl gets attacked, you know, regardless if it's a gang regardless if she's like in some blood shit or some crip shit, save her ass, bro, or else the Illuminati is gonna kill you. That's what the Illuminati told me, man. So if you see a girl that's being kidnapped by some bloods or some gang members and shit like that, you could go fucking help her, or else the Illuminati is gonna come after you, man. The Illuminati is gonna come after you, bro. Me personally, I think that's the stupidest thing I have ever heard in my entire life. It's comical. It's hilarious. It's insanely funny. Um, you should be a comedian because with jokes like that, you would slay, you would kill the entire crowd. You should be a comedian. I think people in Illuminati are comedians. There are some comedians Illuminati people. There has to be. There have to be. You know. So that's pretty funny. But hey, it might be true. So if it's true, guys, you know what to do. You know what to do. If risk your life for women. Risk your life, and if you die, you die, and that's it, man. That's the end of the story, bro. If you die, you die, bro. It is what it is. Um, so like I said, we got police is involved, and the police is involved. They know because they're on their asses. The other day I went out. Last night I went out. Friday I went out, and there was some people waiting for me, but the police showed up at the same time, so they know what's going on. They can see it, but I'm gonna need more than that because they have more technology than they. I don't think the police knows that these people have technology that other people don't have, and they use those technologies on me to figure out my position, to figure out where I'm going, to figure out how and of course, my family, my mother snitches. My mother tells people where I'm going so they can harass me and shit. So they can intimidate me and harass me and shit. So there's that too. It's not just technology, but it is what it is. So now we got an investigation. We got an open investigation going on these people. I don't think they're gonna arrest Illuminati folks, but at least the small little brats that keep fucking with me all the fucking time, those guys are gonna get the fuck out of here. That's for fucking sure. You know why? Well, that's for part of my language. That's for sure. Well, I don't know if that's for sure actually, but I'm hoping. I'm hoping because this is hopeless. I can't work. I can't do nothing. I can't go nowhere. I can't do shit. I gotta stay at home 24. I gotta stay home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, man. I can't do nothing. I can't go nowhere. I can't do shit. Like they're on my ass 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. And that is not a joke. That I'm being very literal. Like I'm being very literal. They don't have anything better to do with their lives than to mess up my life. So um I don't know, man. And I think my mother's gonna get arrested because she's tripping. She's losing her fucking mind and she keeps fucking trying to intimidate me. And just the other day, when I went out and the Illuminati got punked by me, alone by myself, they got punked and I came back home, because I went everywhere, like I went I went to one. I tried to stay away from them, so I went to another farther a gas station, buy myself a pack of cigarettes, and they told me they didn't have any change, so I couldn't buy the pack of cigarettes. So I went to the other gas station, right? So I went like everywhere. I went around the block, like literally, like longer than that. So they got punked. So I come back home, and she's laughing. I was laughing because they got punked, and I walk inside my house, and she's laughing, and she's like saying shit like, "You think you're gonna stop me? You're not gonna stop me. Blah blah blah. Ain't shit gonna happen to me. Blah blah blah." Like okay, man. I didn't call the cops for you this time. I called the cops because there was two dudes that was trying to fight me. I don't even know what the fuck you have to do in anything. I didn't even mention you. And when the cops came, I told them not to talk to my mom. I didn't say shit about my mom. So it is what it is, man. This person's evil. This person that you guys keep calling my mom, this is pure evil. Like pure fucking evil. Unrefined evil, man. Like crystallized evil, you know what I mean? So I guess she's gonna get arrested too because she's part of the people that keep harassing me. Like she's trying to sacrifice me to the Illuminati and shit, man. Like so uh I guess it's bye bye for her too, man. Like hopefully it's bye bye for her too, because she deserves a lot worse than that. Like a lot worse. A lot worse. Like, I feel like putting her in jail is a blessing for her, because she deserves like way worse than that. Like way fucking worse. Like, so um it's messed up. I know. Like, I know you guys don't want to hear that shit, because you guys love your mothers and shit like that. And I understand that, and that's good. That's good that you love your family. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing. I just know that it makes you uncomfortable when somebody has this kind of issue, and because it's not your reality. You're fine with your family, and it's not your reality, it's my reality. So I understand that. It's just when I say these things, it's a little bit of anger and resentment when I say these things, because I wish I had a family. I wish I had a family. I wish I could have built a family. I wish I could have built a family. I wish I had a family. I wish I had friends. I wish a lot of things, man. Like, there's a lot of things I would like that you guys have that I don't have. And it's not because I don't have those things that I don't want those things. I just don't have those things. Not because I don't want those things. I just don't have it. So it is what it is. But let's get back to Technomancy. Well, I'm gonna stop the video right there. Please subscribe to my channel. By the way, I forgot to tell you that during the video. Subscribe to my channel. Leave a like. Leave a comment on what you just heard about Technomancy and whatnot. Tell me what you guys think. Some people on my channel said we don't practice Technomancy. I don't know shit about Technomancy. Well, you can ask the universe, man. Ask the universe, man. Ask and you shall receive. Like, when I want to know something, I ask the universe. When I want to know like a secret, I ask the universe, and they tell me. And the universe sends me the message. I wake up, I ask the universe for something, I go to sleep. The next day, usually, or 2 days later, I get an epiphany. I get an epiphany. I get an idea. I get inspiration. This book that I'm writing, I was crying, bro. I was crying. I could cry right now. But they're gonna know that I'm working, and they're gonna interfere with my work, and they're gonna start screaming things out my window, and cause all kinds of interference while I'm working, so I can't really do nothing. It's really a really bad situation. I'm really tired of it, man. I'm really fucking tired of it, man. So like I said, man, like, subscribe to my channel, bro. Help my channel out. Subscribe to my channel. Pass the message. Share these videos. Talk about it. Talk about what's going on with me, man. Talk about it to your friends. Talk about it to your family. See what they think. See how they feel about it. See what they see. Try to understand how they see life, how they understand life, right? Like, so. Anyway, so with that said, like I said, one more time, subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Have a good one. Peace out.